Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. That's it. The 15th has gone. It is the 16th, and we have winners of my 100 sub contest. But first, I would just like to say one thing, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for entering the contest, or at least the people that watch the videos. Not only mine, but the ones that actually submitted as well. I realized that it was a little bit of an effort for some people and it was a little harder. And as that, I just wanted to take a few minutes to show my appreciation, a little time and energy in that as well. The purpose of this contest wasn't to make it difficult or hard or anything like that, but to show that something as simple as a comic book can also has an intrinsic value in our imaginations, but it can also have an instrumental value as well. Lessons can be learned through story arc and character and world building. And I thought it was just a great contest idea, and a lot of you really jumped on board with it and showed support by entering, by watching the videos, and commenting on the videos. And it was just more than I expected. It really was. I was not expecting anybody to really do the contest, to be honest. But thank you again for all of you. Just a quick rundown of the video submissions that I got. If you don't hear your names, because I could not find the video. So I just want to throw that out there. I would do rigorous searches for Pocan Joe contest. Anybody that I'm sub to, random people I know in the chat rooms. Like I tried to hunt down your videos as best I could. So if I missed your video, I apologize. But don't worry, more to come about this after the video or after the announcements. First, the people that I did get was Metarog. Metarog did. And I have notes here, so excuse me for looking down. Metarog did his on Avengers 347 to talk about the difference between utilitarianism and deontology. That was a perfect example. Also, Blaster Stash It did his on the death of Captain Marvel and talked about the psychology of grief and the philosophy of death and legacy, which I found that to be very interesting. And we got a lot of interscope from him as well, which was just very, very passionate. Next, we got Mastodon Comics, who brought it something from his childhood. War Tales, The Hell Can Wait, played off of a lot of perceptions and reality, and how sometimes things may seem really cool and good, but really it's just a harbinger of bad. I thought that was a very interesting, and also, he poured his heart into that too, which was really good. Thank you. Next is, what do we got here? Comic Altruism, which he's a relatively new channel out there. I highly suggest checking him out. I'll try to have everybody's links down below, or at least their contest entry down below. And he obviously listened to the video very carefully because I tried to give subtle hints. And of course, he did his on addiction using Iron Man number 182, The Demon in the Bottle, to talk about the psychology, and then turned around and did the philosophy on Iron Man number 128, talking about Duconomy and how that worked out. You could tell the people took notes and actually looked some words up. I thought that was very impressive. It definitely made it a lot easier to understand what you were conveying. The Great Legend did a live show, and he talked about Shazam, mostly in the 52 or Rebirth era, one of those two. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to write that down. But he did bring up some very good points about good and evil, and how evil doesn't know that it's always evil. So he brought up the example of Black Adam, and the telling of Black Adam's past. You would think that he's not a bad guy, or at least he doesn't perceive himself as a bad guy. And he brought that up. And he brought up a lot of philosophical terms, talking about the branches of philosophy using, metaphysics or metaphilosophy and several others, just as an example. And he did it right there live with a chat room, and people were engaged and talking. And I'll tell you what, I was like just like a little child with a lollipop, just sitting there enjoying every bit of it. It was great. Next, Spectacular Spider Grandpa gave us a very heartfelt message with the Infinity Gauntlet #4 and how the massive scale of heroes dying and how that hit him. But he did kind of come out of the whole thing with this new appreciation for Thanos and how cool Thanos was. And, you know, he kind of got into that. And I thought that was really cool and kind of talked over you could see the psychology going through him at that point, but talking about the philosophy of the Torn. So I thought that was really interesting. And last but not least, the guy who slid into the final hours, and thank you for doing it because I really enjoyed your video, was Poor Man's Comics. He talked about Absolute Joker, and he took it from the perspective of the henchman. John Frost, and John Frost's perspective as admiring, you know, somebody like the Joker and what that entails. And I thought that was an interesting kind of play on that. And then he kind of listened to another villain like Two-Face, who talks about why do you like this guy? You know, trying to get deep into it. You know what he is. And I thought that was a great example of enablism, which is often a common term used in psychology. You hear it about alcoholics and drug addicts a lot. And I guess it could kind of fit into that, being loyal to somebody. So definitely, that's some good stuff. Now comes the sucky part. This is the part I was not looking for. Out of those, I had to pick some winners. And I know I said that there would be two. I went ahead and did a runner-up as well. So there are three. There's two winners and then a runner-up. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that one was better or smarter or anything along the lines of that. Just the ones that conveyed a more clear message. Maybe not even a clear message. Oh, I'm sorry. I left somebody out first. Ruben Nieves. Sorry, man. I looked right over it. Teen Titans #12. The first appearance of Batman Who Laughs, talking about the psychology of evil. A lot of the stuff that he talked about kind of bounced off of Philip Zimbrdo's book on the psychology of evil. I don't know if he purposely did that or if it was an accident, but he was right on point with that book and talking about that in his video as well. I am sorry, man. I did not mean to overlook that. Now I feel bad, but I don't edit my videos. I just go with it. The winners, and I'll tell you why I picked them. So, you know, if you have any questions or anything, you're more than happy to engage me in it. I thought Metarog did the best example explaining what utilitarian was, and the comic book that he picked explains it the best. You know, we got the difference between Tony Stark and we got the difference between Captain America, and those two clashings of philosophy being brought together, which you can find in Civil War, the movies, just about anywhere, and just different belief systems. And I thought that was very interesting. I thought he did a very good job of that, defining his terms and explaining how it worked in the comic book. So yes, definitely Metarog in first place. Next is The Great Legend. He tackled a complicated topic, and he tackled it in a live chat room. You know, where a lot of things are going on. So he was kind of in and out of point. But I'll tell you what, it was very enlightening listening to it and in watching him engage with everybody else with the topic in the chat room as well. So yeah, that just for complications, that's a home run right there. And he made it a Legend's truth, which it is truth. It's absolute truth. So it was kind of fitting in its own right. I really liked that. And my runner-up is Comic Altruism. I thought he did a great job talking about the addiction and where was I going? Well, just everything that he talked about in the video. I'll leave the link down below. Hey guys, what did you think about this contest? What did you think about the winners? What did you think about the submissions? Comment down below. I'll have their links so you can actually see them for yourself. And definitely check out Comic Altruism. He's doing something really cool over his site. As far as I can tell, he's one of the newer channels. I'm making that assumption. But I really like what he did, and I like what his channel's doing too. And I like the play on words too. Comics Altruism. What he does on that, his little nonprofit that he's running, definitely falls in line with that verbiage, and I just like the play on words. Not really a play on words, but being direct but being vague at the same time, I guess is the best way to say it. So, hey guys, congratulations to the winners. Nobody feel bad. Trust me, this was not just something I just picked easily. I really kind of mulled this one over. I was trying to get my wife to actually pick the winners, and she wouldn't do it. So what are you going to get from me? I'll give you a vague clue. All right, silver and gold, and cheese and pop. There you go. There's your hint of what you'll be getting in the mail. You should have already gotten a Instagram message from me. Definitely go do that. Make sure I get your address so I can get this out to you, hopefully this week. If not, just whenever it's convenient to you. But I would really like to get them out before Sunday because I will be out of town. So I definitely want to get you your well-earned prizes. And again, thank you to everybody. I know this was not an easy contest, but I really wanted to prove my statement in the beginning that comic books, something as simple as a comic book, can have meaning to anybody, both instrumental and yeah, and nostalgic. So yeah, I got nothing else to say. I'm starting to ramble. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hey guys, I'll see you for my comic haul video, which will be coming up as soon as I get some comic books in my hands. I'm heading out tomorrow morning. Good times. Hey guys, have a good night. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.